Right? Shalom. This is the brothers of GMS New Orleans coming at you with another live lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure to the end. And to the few sincere Akwak that are diligently learning in silence. Shalom. And with this lesson, we're just going to go into when you're going to get serious, Jay, because here we have all these, end times prophecies literally taking place to the point to where there's really nothing to debate about. What are we going to debate about? Oh, that's not happening. Well, we can literally show you in the scriptures that it's happening. So with that being the case, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans out there that know you're Israelites, when you're going to get serious? Because we can clearly see, the doors of mercy are closing, the fame of the words right around the corner, and what comes with that? Great judgment and great death. But the closer we get to the end, the more we see that the majority of you jakes out there, hey, even that know you're Israelites, really, really don't take this thing seriously. You don't understand what you're involved in, as the Apostle Gabar always says. But without further ado, we're just going to get straight to the scriptures.
Amos 6 and 3. It says, "He that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near."
Hey, right off the bat, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near. Hey, majority of you jakes out there, you put way far away the evil day, because what do we see? You got jakes mainly concerned with the elections that are coming up, the selections between Knee Pads Harris and Donald Duck, which at this point you should see that your vote doesn't matter. And I mean, look at the candidates; they're both complete jokes. But what does that show? Jake's putting away the evil day. And when Jake believes in the elections, what's that? They really want Babylon, America, to continue, because they're still concerned with chasing that American dream. But even these Edomites, the brother, I was watching a lesson he was doing earlier saying, on his job, he was talking to an Edomite, and the Edomite had a serious countenance on his face because he knows that, a major shift is coming. Everybody else can see that something bad's coming. But for you, Jakes, it's all about what? Swisher Sweets, Jordans, and football season that's coming up.
Big booty hoes.
Big BBL musty hoes with skin like sandpaper. But that's neither there. You keep going, all right?
Verse 4. It says, that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches, and eat the lambs out of the flock and the calves out of the midst of the stall.
And that's a lot of you niggas right now, watching these videos. You're on the other side of the screen, stretched out on that dusty couch, or stretched out on your bed, with your phone on your belly, looking, saying, what do these niggas got to say now? Not taking anything seriously at all. This is all just still, a joke and playtime to you.
Yeah. It's like the pizza man.
Yeah.
Verse 5. That chant to the sound of the vow and invent to themselves instruments of music like David.
You got your favorite, scumbag rapper playing in the background. You're high, you're half here, you're half there, just not taking anything seriously at all.
Verse 6. That drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ornaments, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph.
Jake just in that spirit of what? Again, just being entertained and worried about your own life. Still thinking, there's something to be squeezed out of this American dream. While when you look at the state of our people, there is no community, the woman's out of order, the children are demons. We're looked at as perpetual second-class citizens, but you love to have it so. Why? Because you're able to, fulfill your lusts. You're able to go, work Monday to Friday or whatever, go party on the weekend and blow your money and do the same thing over. You're comfortable. You're not doing any spiritual, spiritual reflection on yourself, and you're just constantly feeding the flesh. But when we look at everything, what's coming? More L downs, food shortages, very tough times to what? Drain, to get people that are in the flesh in a corner to where they're going to be faced with either accepting what? The system that he's bringing in, that great reset, that NW0, or what? Being put to death. These are deadly serious times, but Jake is taking this deadly not seriously. But precept. You got a precept, Con, you get your precept, then we can jump to that Chronicles Bible Kashah.
Con, this is Book of Sirach, chapter 5, and verse 7. And it reads, "Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, and put not off from day to day, for suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance."
And hey, the Most High is building up, them little quick events to show that this thing can go suddenly like that. You've been having these major cyber attacks over the last couple of months that's been really affecting people's ability to what? Go to work, get money out of the bank, and people were thrown in a tailspin. And lest we forget that whole situation from 2019 to 2021, people were, deleting themselves. People were just had no hope in anything, which, brothers that have been building themselves up in the spirit, that was easy. That was easy for us to go through because we were wanting those things to happen. But when you want this society to continue, hey, that's like the end of the world for you. You want to make a point on it?
No, hey, you went straight into it. You
Con. You can get your precept.
You want to get that precept in your word?
How many verses you got? Well, you can get it, then we'll go to that Chronicles.
Come, this is Rock 14 and 14. Straight to the point. It says, "Defraud not thyself of the good day, and let not the part of a good desire overpass thee."
And what is that good day is talking about? Not defrauding yourself of, being saved, in the times of Jacob's trouble we're coming into, defrauding yourself of ultimately receiving salvation and being of that elect number. And what does that come with? Not putting off the day of the Lord, but constantly day in and day out, doing whatever you can to please Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, which comes with what? Denying yourself of the things of this world, not having a stake in anything in this world. But, again, for the majority of you Jakes out there, you're not going to get serious until it's the very last moment. And by that point, it's going to be way too late. And, we're going to probably get that second Esdras 9 later. You're going to know it after death by pain.
Right.
But you got the prophets out here, doing lessons like this right now. You got other brothers doing lessons, going to be doing lessons in the next hour, next couple of hours. Every day of the week, you've got this message constantly going out through the unicorn of the internet. But, hey, like Apostle Tahar says, there should be a camp on every corner. And we clearly see there's not a camp on every corner because, again, the majority of you Jakes out there, you don't want to take this thing seriously. You still want to live this American dream. You got the Chronicles?
Yeah. This is 2 Chronicles 36 and verse 15. And it says, "And the Lord God of their fathers sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place."
Again, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has his prophets out here prophesying this word, breaking down the scriptures to you in 144% accuracy. And it's becoming so apparent out here that even these, wacky-tacky Christians are starting to open up the book of Revelation and say, yeah, we truly are living in these times. But again, majority of you Jakes out there, you just want to still live in Never Never Land. Keep going on.
But they mocked the messengers of God and despised his words and misused his prophets until the wrath of the Lord arose against his people till there was no remedy.
So, this joking and playing around and not taking the prophets seriously, hey, it has a cutoff point. Just like it's had a cutoff point in the past. The prophets went out, prophesied for a time. The majority of Jakes didn't take it seriously. And then what? The the Most High brought whatever heathen nation he used at that time against them to what? Be that to put them into captivity and to be used to put judgment upon them. And now we're in the situation to where the heathen that hates us the most is ruling over us, and the Most High is going to push him to go the hardest against our people. We can go back to that Amos 6 and 7. Because as it said at the end of verse 16, they misused his prophets until the wrath of Yahweh arose against his people, till there was no remedy. You got it, Doc.
Amos 6 and 7, verse 7. It says, therefore, now shall they go captive with the first that go captive, and the banquet of them that stretch themselves shall be removed.
Hey, Jake had that time to play around. As we were reading up in the further verse, up in Amos chapter 6, Jake was putting off the evil day, laying on their beds comfortably, supping deliciously. But what? Therefore now shall they go captive with the first that go captive, and the banquet of them that stretch themselves shall remove. Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, bringing that great judgment on Jake, which it involves famines, pestilences, getting killed by animals, martial law troops, etc., etc. Brother, precept? Khan, you got it. And then somebody could get from me, that's 2nd Ezra 9. Khan.
This is Jeremiah 15 and verse 1. Then said the Lord unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth.
And what's that saying? The prophets, before Jake, but what? With our forefathers in the past, and with the prophets today, Jake, treats it as a joke. So the Lord's heart can't be towards the majority of our people. Hence, why He's going to bring that judgment.
And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go? Then thou shalt tell them, thus saith the Lord, such as are for death to death, and such as are for the sword to the sword, and such as are for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity.
God. Hey, and it says, and it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, whither shall we go forth? Hey, them coming for answers, which, when you read the precepts dealing with the fame of the word, it says they're going to run to and fro to seek the word of Yahweh and shall not find it. And if you do happen to find a man of the Lord in that day, what message are you going to get? As it says, those for the death unto the death, the sword to the sword, the famine to the famine, and the captivity to the captivity. Just straight judgment from Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Starving to death, getting killed by pestilences, or what? Getting sent to one of these detention centers to get tortured to death. It's nothing good coming to you Jakes that don't want to take this word seriously. And as we get closer to the end, it becomes ever more apparent of these things. So again, we ask that question.
I'm gonna say something too. See, the whole thing about it too, man. This ain't a thing of bullshit and playing. This ain't the place where you want to play the fence, right? Because you got a lot of guys that come around thinking this is something to play with and they just want to play the fence. I don't want to fully indulge myself in this, but I believe. But you look at it as an entertainment. Or some guys look at it as a place to come out. And I think just to be around some type of social club, some type of group. Like down here, they got these fucking Mardi Gras groups, second line clubs, and different things like that. They think this is that type of place, man, and it's not. Right? This is not the YMCA. And you really had guys come around like that, like, oh, it is always, how can I say it? Begging. Yeah, you can see it. Like, and they thinking this is that type. Well, man, I'm kind of homeless, brother. Like, what y'all can do? Like, it's not that type of. It's not that type of place for, especially a person you just coming out. You know what I'm saying? But it's not that type of thing, man. It is not the place where you can be lukewarm, right? Give me that in scriptures.
We got it.
It's not that type of place. All right, you can just be lukewarm, and you wanna be in that neutral place. The Lord is not dealing with neutral. You got to be hot, or you're gonna just be cold. All right, either you're gonna be all the way in, full throttle, or you're just gonna be all the way out, man. All right, you decide. You decide what it's gonna be. All right, because you don't want the Lord to decide what it's gonna be, because there's gonna be a whole different type of stuff going on with that, man. All right, and like I said, over the years, I done seen it happen. I done seen it happen over and over and over again. It's the same. A lot of times, it's the same thing. So it's the same goddamn thing over and over again. But give me that Revelations.
This Revelations, chapter 3, verse 15. It said, I know thy works. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert
Go ahead.
cold or hot.
Basically, I'd rather that you read it one more time, Baba Shah.
This Revelation 3 and 15, and it said, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot.
Basically, I'd rather you make a decision. Either you're gonna be hot for this thing, all right, or you're gonna be all the way cold. You're not gonna be with it, all right? Because it's another scripture that kind of escaped me right now in the New Testament. It talks about being fervent, all right? You got to be on fire for this thing, man. You got to have a love and a passion for this truth, all right? Can't be that what's the word? The weekend warrior. You come out, you put on a garment, you impose yourself as if this is the thing for you, but then once you leave camp, you Tyrone, all right? You Jody. And this ain't that type of place, man. All right, and you don't have that long too, man. Like the brother been going into, that's another thing. You don't have that long. It's not that the type of thing where you think you're gonna be here for another 80 years or so. Go ahead, you got a little more, right?
Yeah. This verse 16. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth.
Yeah, the Lord spew you out of his mouth, man. He'll make a decision for you. Because he ain't dealing with the neutral. We're not dealing with the neutral, man. Up here, GMS New Orleans, GMS Louisiana as a whole, we're not dealing with the neutral. You got to be all the way with this thing, man. All right? You got guys, I got children. I got this, I got that. Hey, man, brothers got that shit, some of the same things too. So what's the problem? Or more. What's the problem?
Hey, the most, if I could say it,
Yeah,
whatever situation you got, the Lord has a brother, in your camp or around you, if you're around brothers that's either in that situation at the same level of you or in a much more intense version of it, just to show you that, look, it's doable. So what are you complaining about? As it says, the Most High does not give you more than you can handle. That's what you have to deal with in your life. And that's what you're either going to decide on. Am I going to be hot for that and cold for the Lord? Am I going to be cold for that or hot for the Lord? But it says it.
You can't do either. You can't do one without the other. That's why the scripture says you in Matthew. It said you got to have. You want to
Let me get it for you.
Yeah, that's a good one to bring up. But like the scripture says in the Bible, it tells you that you can't serve two masters, man. You can't serve two masters. And I done seen dudes come in trying to do it. Well, I'm gonna be the first guy ever. I knew 30 of y'all couldn't do it, but I'm gonna be the first guy to come with the concept of doing both. You can't. It just ain't gonna happen. So bring that out.
This is the book of James, chapter 1. I'm going to go to that point, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
You see, you double-minded. All right, and we didn't see in brothers in the past. We didn't see a lot of double-minded guys, man. All right, over and over and over again, and a lot of times, like Apostle Tahar told us years ago, 2008, 2009, it was like basically Jake always fall out about the same thing. Number one, that woman. Number two, possibly that job. Number three, money. Jake gets some money, poof, gone. You know, like I say, these are things that wherever you see a Jake really fall out about, most time it's centered around pride, ego, all right, puffed up with scriptures. And you think you on some type of level, man, and then you gone. You know, but they're always really those three, man. The woman, the job, or the money. Sometimes all three. Satan will hit you across your head with all three of them motherfuckers, man. At the same time, the same goddamn time. And then what happens, man? You gone. Read it one more time. Double-minded man.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
That double-minded man is unstable. You unstable. You all over the goddamn place, man. All right. I think there's another scripture that says sometimes a guy is like a ship tossed to and fro.
That's in the same one.
It's in the same one.
No, that's in Ephesians.
It's in Ephesians.
Shit, read verse 6.
This is the book of James, chapter 1, verse 6. But let him ask in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea, driven with the wind and tossed.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys ever seen them videos with them, the deadliest catch. You ever watch that show?
God.
Fucking Edomite be way out there in the middle of no goddamn way. You see the sea just doing this. They going down there 40 feet down on a wave and coming back up and shit. That's how a lot of Jake's mind be. You can't be like that towards the truth. Oh man, I wanna do this today and then tomorrow, I don't know. Got this new business idea. That's the same as when the Lord talks about the people that had all those excuses, man. All right, you got to be with this. So much, man. The truth to talk about, you gotta be with this even unto death, to the very end to death, man. Oh no, Mr. White Man, you got the guillotine. I ain't trying to do that. I was just bullshit. I haven't know that.
Just close the trunk.
Yeah. Yeah, oh no, I ain't trying to do that. I was just bullshit. I was just trying to get some chicken, man, and some beer. I was hanging with those guys. You gonna have that taste. Go ahead.
Verse 7. For let not that man think that he shall receive anything of the Lord. Verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways.
Yeah, a double-minded man is stable in all his ways, man. And sometimes when you talk to him, what the boy said, Jake say something, and then in the next second he said, "Oh, I didn't say that." No, I said, "Why you listen to what No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that." No, shit playing on you. But you gotta be this is a thing of assurance. You gotta know this is what I want to do. This is what I'm involved in. The gravity of what this truth is, man. All right, this is something that cancer serious, man. I don't even want to say that word, but this is something that's heart attack serious. It's really nothing to play with, man. Go ahead.
I got a piece up for you too, huh?
This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. It says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as ye know.
Hey, give me that word abounding. It says always abounding in the what? In the work of the Lord, man.
Unmovable.
What did you say?
I said unmovable.
Go ahead. Unmovable, man. When something comes in your life, that's why the scripture goes off being tried, the trying of your faith, man. All right, your faith being put on trial through different what? Afflictions, different things coming about in your life. That's why it says unmovable, because all right, when Big Booty Judy come in your life, what you gonna do? You don't spend no time with me. I'm just not used to this. All the guys I was with would do. Well, you know what, baby? You right. let's go catch the Predator movie tomorrow. You know what, shit Jake do, man. And then gone. You know? Or like I say, a new business deal comes. Hey man, we're trying to get you, trying to move you to Malaysia. You know? Then you gone by that shit. I done seen guys, man. Well, I can't do this no more because I'm working on military planes now. I'm making six figures. And you gone. You ain't never seen him no more. You know, go ahead. Go ahead, brother. You got more? You wanna read?
Oh, kind of.
Yeah, you got more, right?
So, this is I'm just starting from the top. 1 Corinthians 16:28. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, for as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord.
Yeah, our works are not in vain. We always go into this time and time again out here, down here, man. It's a reward coming to those who do the work of the Lord in faith and endure unto death, man, if possible. All right? It's a reward coming behind it. We ain't out here on the fucking, what is it, Friday? On a Friday. Then we're going to bring out camp tomorrow in the rain, in the snow, in the cold. It's a reward coming behind this, man. We just ain't doing this for nothing. You guys, and the ones that the brother talking about, you do what you do for a corruptible crime, man. You try to look high and mighty on some type of level in society to receive rewards, plaques, honor amongst these men out here, man. We just do it for the kingdom's sake, for Yahweh Shai's sake. That's who we do this for. And it's not even for, we're not even doing it for our own, because this is the real COD, man. This is the real Call of Duty right here. All right? Go ahead,
You got that word abound for you, brother.
Yeah, give me a bound and I'm going to give it back to the brother.
This is a word abound. You're going to get Strong's G 4052. It says to abound, to overflow. It says a thing which comes in abundance or overflows unto one, something falls to the lot of one in large measure.
To remain and to be great.
Yeah.
It's the reward.
That's a reward, man. Because what are we going to be great at? Are we going to be great here? Are we going to be glorified here? No, we're going to be glorified in the kingdom of heaven. That's going to be our stage, man. See, a lot of you niggas, your stage is here in America. You dance and tap dance and do the boogity boo shit for Esau. All right? Because that's all he done. He exploit you niggas for entertainment sake, man. Like now you got a bunch of niggas running around, crashing their brains together, all right, playing football and running out of some fucking pigskin, man, and then basketball. You do that over here for the glory of men. We're going to get our glory in the kingdom, all right? And the same people that shunned us, same people that shitted on us in society, guess what? You're gonna praise us in the kingdom, man. Lord will be the elect. You're gonna praise the same men that went out here on these highways and byways risking their lives. You're gonna look at us with great honor, man. All right, because we abounded in the truth. We wasn't moved every little thing, man. You know what we had? Do you know some of the things we had to go through back then when the apostles hit the scene on the YouTube? We had brothers getting arrested in fights, right? We brothers getting in with different groups of Edomites, all type of shit, man. You think we did all that for nothing? But a lot of you guys scared of that. You scared of the discipline. You scared to come out and face adversity, man. Right. All right, you just weak. A lot of you dudes, you really not men. You boys, man. Go ahead. Huh?
This Psalms 112:6. I'm gonna go ahead. It says, "Surely he shall not be moved forever. The righteous shall be in everlasting remembrance. He shall not be afraid of evil tidings. His heart is fixed, trusting in the Lord."
Yeah, our heart is fixed, man. All right. When you look at anything that's purposely fixed, like sometimes they got, I don't know if y'all brothers have heard it. You ever heard of a fixed knife? That bitch, it's just a knife. It's stiff. It is not gonna move. This is one solid object, man. Well, we fixed in our faith, man. We fixed in the word. right? We're not moved by the things that move you people, man. Oh, the police, okay. We ain't doing nothing for the police to fuck with us. All right? Oh, they go this person, that person. We're not moved by them niggas, man. We see so what happened in them years? Y'all brothers remember them years? Like every weekend we were seeing a celebrity. We're not moved by them niggas, man. We'll cut them niggas out.
Keep teaching.
And keep teaching.
We didn't like ask for autographs or nothing.
Yeah.
We ain't getting off the post.
Yeah.
Keep teaching.
And told him, hey, what the young boy do? The young boy brother? Hey man, you gonna get right, the Lord will kill your ass, man. Look the nigga dead in the eye.
With a B10, whatever.
Ben 10. Yeah.
The Lord gonna kill him too.
Yeah, man. And we didn't tell these cats that niggas done pull guns on us multiple times on the block. I'm gonna spray that block out. Man, give me that scripture. I fucking
Why you shooting?
yeah. For real. Yeah, man. Cause we know you niggas can't do shit, man. You niggas can't do shit to us, man. We unmoved, man. We fixed in this truth, man. And well, guess what? We didn't have niggas. I'm talking about back when I was in Houston, we had niggas talk mad, wild, crazy. I'm gonna smack you niggas. Man, we out there the next weekend, man. I just passed by to see if you knew. Yeah, we still out here. We still out here.
You got brothers in camps that got shot at. They were hitting the brick wall and shit. Brothers still out there.
Yeah.
They hitting the wall. Brothers get hit with bullets chipping off the walls, man.
Yeah.
And they still out there, man.
Police and arrested us. Man, it got so bad. Even in Houston, the police got tired of coming out there, man.
I don't want to rush you.
Pull up on the corner. That boy put his hand on his belt.
Y'all.
Man, come on. And they know we're gonna be right back out there the next week.
Yep.
Then the next week. Then the next month. And then that's when you're solid in the word. Go ahead, give me the last thing.
Last verse 8.
Come.
Psalms 112. His heart is established. He shall not be afraid until he see his desire upon his enemies.
One more time.
Verse 8. It says his heart is established.
Yeah, our mind is established. What you named it? What you said it's gonna be?
When you're gonna take things seriously.
Yeah,
serious.
take things serious. When you take a thing serious, what it say? Your mind is established, man.
Established. Yeah.
Your heart meaning your mind, your life. Your mind is fixed, it's established. You don't give a fuck if that woman leave you, man. You don't care if the people of the world see you. Hey man, all of this had that happen. This brother had that. Yeah, I seen your son out there.
A few times.
Okay, nigga, what? Nigga, my uncle nigga out the bus. Hey man, what's up? I said, hey, I ain't gonna tell your mama what you doing. I said, man, I'm gonna kill. She know what I'm doing. Come on, man. What are we talking about? You play that shit with little boys, man. Go ahead, Al.
It says his heart is established.
Uh-huh.
He shall not be afraid.
He should not be, and we are not afraid, man. In the spiritual, we are not afraid. Whatever the hell you niggas talking about doing, bro? Okay, we don't care. Hey man, I'm gonna say this. Sometimes I done felt this in the spirit. When we out there teaching on that block, it's like we in our own bubble and everything else around us is going slow motion or is at its own speed. You know, sometimes it just be us talking, and the world that pause behind us, man. I didn't have that feeling sometimes. It's like everything. It's like you ever seen the Matrix? How
Like
your boy be talking here?
You zoned out.
Yeah.
Like,
What his name is with the glasses? Morpheus.
Yeah.
Morpheus to be talking to Neo, and it's like everything behind us is moving fast and doing. That's how it be for us, man.
But the focus is on them.
Yeah, and we be in our own world, literally, our own world, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, if Yahweh is the highest order of filth, everything else falls under the banner of that. I mean, if you done tapped into the highest order of filth, you can't feel something under your highest order of filth.
Yeah.
This is you didn't win as far as you can feel.
And what should we feel of you when we dealing with the real boogeyman? We're dealing with the real boogeyman.
Yahweh.
And the real boogeyman you should be afraid of, man.
Who issues the wages of death?
Yeah.
Yep.
Who controls them people you scared of?
Yeah. Only nigga only can kill you, they can't eat you. Goddamn.
I got a little more.
They can't eat you, man. But you scared of your boss for, man.
Okay.
You scared.
Woman, man.
You scared. What I say all the time. Jake, that 5'1", 2 woman, Jake's terrified.
Jacob's been a big step out here. He's scared of his old lady. I don't know around my girl.
Terrified.
Terrible. Like,
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
it says, until he shall not be afraid, until he see his desire upon his enemies.
Until he sees it. And that's what we want, man. We want all desires of our enemies to be answered by Yahweh Shah, man. All right? Go ahead,
I got somebody give me wisdom. Somebody give me Wisdom of Solomon 5. You can you can read down to 5 and somebody hold me Romans chapter 8. You got the Romans 8? 35?
Yeah, 35.
35 to 39, but we can get that Wisdom of Solomon. Because as the elder brother's been going into,
Hey, we are not afraid of these, elements, these people out here. Why? Because we are hot in the truth. And what does that come with? Taking Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai seriously and getting in these scriptures, which involves knowing that the Most High is in control of everything.
And that's why, Jake, that's what you named it.
When you're going to take things seriously,
You don't take things serious because you in fear. You don't take things serious because you believe that your way is the right way, and it's not. Your way is the way of death, man. Yo, go ahead.
Hey, what's that? I think it's in Proverbs
14 and 12.
the 14th.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, because we know that our earnest expectation is for this society not to continue, and for us to forsake everything on this side to receive that crown and everlasting praise and just be in rulership in the kingdom. And nothing on this side should be able to take your eye away from that single focus. And anything else outside of that is chasing that corruptible crown. Because when we look at these Jakes out here, with the job you can lose it, with the woman you can lose it. If you're an athlete, your body can get busted up, and in another 40 years, nobody's going to remember your championship or who you are. It's just a constant flow of new things coming about, and you become something old. But what we are in right now, chasing that incorruptible crown, is that eternal glory.
Through the Spirit, this truth is always trending, man. If you look for trends, you look for buzzwords, and you look to go viral. Well, man, this truth has already went viral. It broke the internet, man. All right, this truth then broke the world.
The Bible always the top selling.
Yeah.
The top selling book is always
Of all time.
Yeah.
Of all time.
Of all time, yeah.
And when you
Right? And it's okay, it's the top selling book, but then what? You gotta be able to utilize and use that book, man. Other than that, it's just a book. You gotta know how to twerk, go in and out through history, all right, precepts, all right, and ultimately these scriptures as a whole, man. Go ahead.
what does that take?
Somebody's phone beeping. They're gonna come over here, man.
And what does that take? Being fervent in the spirit, taking things seriously, not sitting around on your thumb. But you got that proverb?
It's probably 13 and 12. It says, there's a way which seemeth right unto a man,
Way over here to come over here with this bullshit.
but the end thereof are the ways of death.
And there is a way that seemeth right unto a man. And what's the same? Proverbs, Jeremiah, I think 17. It says it in Jeremiah 17 and 9. Hey, the heart or the mind is deceitful above all things. Who can know it? It's desperately wicked. Any thought you have outside of the truth is desperately wicked because it's of the flesh, it's of the world. And when you pursue those thoughts, especially if you're a Jake, what happens? Things you crumble in your hands. But when you rely on Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and be fervent in this truth, what? Yeah, we go through our trials and tribulations, but we have that earnest expectation of the end of this society, of the end of this age and the beginning of our age. We're going to be in eternal peace and rulership. So that's why we are bold in the face of our enemies, because we're not, unstable. We're not lukewarm. Because if you're unstable, you're lukewarm. Because what? You're juggling back and forth. What am I going to do? What am I? And nobody likes a wishy-washy person because they can't come to a goddamn decision. But somebody got that Wisdom of Solomon?
This is the book of wisdom. This is the wisdom of Solomon,
chapter 5, verse 1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such have afflicted him and made no account of his labor.
And when you stand in boldness in something, what does that mean? You're fully persuaded. You have all 10 toes down. You believe in what you believe in what you preach, and you're ready to go to the ends for it.
Consistency alone shows boldness.
Con.
You don't gotta have a hard face, though. You have to learn make his servant's face hard like they face. Some brothers got easy going faces, unpunchable faces, as Jacob said. But those men are consistent in the word of the Lord and fervent in spirit, man. And the Lord is dealing with them. Go ahead, out.
And some men just was pulled in, and they didn't even know, like the men that didn't know what to write. They just start writing because the Lord told them to.
Yeah.
Now in the world, we call that just having heart, man.
Yeah.
You know, man don't have to have super skill or talent, but if he have heart, that's on a whole other, like my man Dante Wilder. That nigga don't got too much boxing skill, but he got a hell of a heart. He got a ferocious spirit just to go in there and bang them, got there and bang them gloves, man. Whatever happens. All right? King David.
Yeah.
You know, King David is another example, man.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Daniel in the lion's den.
King David jumped out like he said. He going on.
It's a beautiful, it's probably one of the most important foundations you can build on. Like I said, you can teach skill, but you can't teach heart. You know? And pretty much if you have that willingness to go ahead head first in this thing, it is, you know, you can't compare it to anything. You know? But you gotta go.
Hey, quote the movie again, so you people that get offended by that. There was one quote in the movie where he said one guy was in a fight with another guy, and he said, I have training. But the other guy said, training is nothing. The will is everything.
Yeah, you gotta have willpower, man. All right? And everything else will fall into place. All right? Like one thing we always go off about down here, you gotta also be willing to be teachable, man. All right? Okay, I don't know, accept the fact I don't know something, and then be able to be put in a position to be taught. Because many guys can preach. It's a difference between preaching and teaching. All right? It's a different. It's a lot come with having wisdom, knowledge, understanding. Y'all brothers remember what I said about that? What is wisdom? What is understanding, man? What is having knowledge? Wisdom is what you receive. All right, basically what you receive. The knowledge, basically being able to go into what you receive. Applying what you got. And understanding is when knowing when and not to apply. Having understanding when to apply wisdom, when not to apply it, man. Yeah. But like I say, most guys are still on top of it. Most guys, they fear that. That's why they bullshit and don't want to come in. They fear the discipline. Yeah, they fear it. And it's been the same thing since I came in, man. Jake hate the discipline of this is the same grind, the same things, over and over and over again. Go ahead.
The word got to say
Name
real
it,
quick.
bro.
When you get the word serious, you say that they feel the discipline, right, y'all know?
Yeah.
And that word serious, it says arranged in sequence. All right, which, huh?
These fucking Hispanic tripping.
It says arranged in sequence, which in that word serious, that you feel the discipline, but the discipline is what orders you. So when you arrange the sequence, you're arranged in order. So when men get serious, they get arranged in order, a sequence with the body, man. When you're in sequence, you're in sync with what needs to be disciplined, right? The disciples, I use this analogy on a brother. If you watching a lesson, he knew what I'm talking about. I used this analogy yesterday on the discipline that Peter had when he said, leave the pole and follow thee, which is symbolic for him basically leaving off. That's the way he feed himself, right? He feed his family, but to take and leave and follow something, that's to have faith, man. And discipline yourself in what? Something greater, man. And that's what we did for this truth, man. We left the world behind and then followed the Lord into something greater. all right, what's gonna lead to a greater reward. That's discipline, man.
Just back you up, brother. It say straight way left.
Straight.
They didn't say love tomorrow.
Yeah, that's the
Wait
parable.
2 minutes later.
Yeah.
They ain't sit there and just think about
They went
it.
straight
It
way.
say straight way.
Right.
left.
Yeah. And that's where you get the disciples from. It also says in that word, serious, y'all can earn it, expressing earnest purpose of thought, resolute, weighty, important, and grave, man. So this thing becomes to be grave if you're gonna follow it. There's all you enter into other men's labor, you enter into the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua that's already set up, man. All right? It's already arranged.
There's no new way to set it up. There's no
Just
remixing of this, man.
You got it.
There's no new way of coming into the truth. You know, like the brother said, when you gonna stop bullshitting, man? There's no other way. Y'all find new ways to bullshit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yahushua said one in John chapter 10 that, you either come through that main gate into the sheepfold. There's no anybody that comes any other way is a thief and a robber. And what are they trying to do? They're trying to steal another way in.
There's only one way to come in the truth. Right? You come in seeking knowledge, being able to be humble, teachable. All right? You come in like a sponge, man, absorbing everything around you. All right? How to act, how to deal amongst your brothers, man. Charity. All right? These are what it is. These are the building blocks of coming into the truth, man.
And you gotta come in with the empty cup, y'all can know, brother.
Yeah, that too.
And if you think you know something, you might not know as you ought to know, man. Being baptized as a little child, a child coming to the world not knowing nothing, they have to get taught.
Yeah, I know you understand this, but I remember this when I was in my CDL school, that they were saying that it's easier to teach somebody who doesn't know how to drive stick versus somebody who does drive stick, because they got all their opinions on how they was taught and so on and so forth. But somebody who doesn't know how to drive stick shift in that truck, they just completely open-minded and willing to allow all of these things to come in a fresh canvas.
Great habit. They got a habit that's hard to break. That's why older men, like they say, a glass already full, it's hard to teach.
Like the guy was a weekend ago. So man, it's not for you. You can't get. How you know that? Oh, I can tell. I can look at you and tell you can't get it, man. Oh, nah, I'm talking about the other nigga. Yeah, with the bucket and shit.
How old you is?
How old is it?
Spike Lee.
Yeah, Spike Lee.
I'm 30 years old.
Crazy, man.
How you gonna tell me this? You study that?
38.
Yeah.
38 years of food. But
Gonna have one for you.
kind, because somebody also home for me. Get this one real quick though. Job 8. You can read verse 8 and then jump down to 10 and read to 11. Baba Kashab. Because as the elder brother was saying, there's no other way, to come. Grasshopper, Bugs Life. Because there's no other way to come into this truth,
Let him do him.
because this foundation has already been set up from our apostles and elders and from their elders.
Oh, that is wild.
Anybody else that's tried to come in through a different way is what? They had a little steam, they had some steam for some time, but then what? They always puttered out, and now they back in the world. What you got there, Joe? Yeah, start at verse 8, and then you can jump down to 10 and read to 11.
It's lonely and cold in that world, man. Ain't nothing out there but spicy macaroni. Right? Ain't shit in that world, man. All right? That's why some of you need to get bust over the head with a full bottle of anointing oil, man. That's but it's an inside joke. Go ahead,
Breaking
brother. I forgot to put it in the woods out, man. Come on, it's cold in that world, though.
Back of the head with
The front. I'm calling for the front.
But you got that, Drew.
Hey, I'm gonna put it in there.
This is Job 8, verse 8. It says, "For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers,
And you know, that's exactly what we're doing. As it says, for inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself to the search of their fathers. And how do we get the search of our fathers? Through these scriptures. And what did that Ethiopian eunuch, who was a Jake, told Philip? How can I learn except I be taught? We have our apostles and elders who, you know, guide us in the ways of our forefathers. You know, the ancient way, the path we should be walking on. Again, this foundation has been built. And then as you grow in the truth and become a teacher, what? You show the ways of our forefathers to the next man coming in. And when everything works in tandem, what do you see? The body grow. The tree have beautiful, you know, luscious fruits that come off of it. You jump down to verse.
Jumping down to verse 10, it says, shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart?
Hey, straight to the point. Shall not they teach thee and tell thee and utter words out of their heart? Which, when you're taking things seriously out here and not being lukewarm or cold, but you're being hot for Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, you're being taught by this word. You're being taught by the men before you of this word. And what? Your boldness and righteousness builds up. So that's why you don't fear the elements or man out here, because we know at the end of the day, it's ultimately Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai that controls everything. And what? We see these prophecies coming to their fulfillment. So if what? The judgment prophecies are coming to pass, what else is going to come to pass? The salvation prophecies, being of the elect, receiving those crowns. Not worried about a goddamn 9-to-5 job. A woman with sandpaper to skin.
Verse 11, can the brush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water?
What's that talking about? Can anything grow without what? Water, these living waters. Because if you're a plant out here, so to speak, without that water, you're going to dry up and shrivel up and be as that grass that's going to get burned up. But, you know, if you're drinking from these spiritual waters, which involves what? Being serious in this ministry, being serious in the work and believing in Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, you're constantly going to be refreshed.
How much more you got?
Oh, why you on? Yeah, I can get one more. Let's see. You got one? Khan, you got it.
This is the book of Joshua, chapter 24 and 15. It says, and if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord, choose you this day whom you would serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord.
And that's straight to the point. Choose this day whom ye will serve, because one master that you serve is going to lead to life, and another master that you serve is going to lead to straight death. And as for us in our house, Amaratazah, we endure to the end. Hey, phone had a chime on that.
Yes.
Hey, we serve Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, so what? Ultimately going to receive salvation and receive those crowns.
But when in Deuteronomy 30, he don't give you a choice to prolong, right? He said, choose ye this day, and he called heaven to record against you. So the angels is writing down like, nah, he said, choose this day. So when are you gonna get serious, Jay?
Exactly.
Right? He ain't say tomorrow. That's not. He said, choose this day, and he called the heavens to record against you, man. No, you gotta go.
We closed out at Luke 12, 45 to 48. And this is in red letter, so it's Yahweh Shai speaking. The same Yahweh Shai that said in Revelation 3, you know, I'd rather you be cold or hot, but if you're lukewarm, I'm going to spew you out of my mouth. So you Jakes out there that have heard this truth, you know, you've been around brothers, you know, this ain't something new to you. You better take heed and get serious, because soon, hey, you're going to wish, you know, you chose Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai, and that great judgment comes down, because as it's about to say,
That's the book of Luke, chapter 12, just like verse 45.
kind
Verse 45, it says, but if that servant say in his heart, my Lord, the day is coming, he shall begin to feast the men servants in days, and to eat and drink, and to be drunken.
as it said, my Lord delayeth in his coming. What does it say back in that Amos? You know, you put far off the evil day. You think I've got a
5, 10, 15, 20-year plan. I can take my sweet time, and as the elder brother says, I'm gonna just keep this truth in my back pocket. That's not how you want to be playing with Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai.
Verse 46, it says, the Lord of that servant will come in a day when he looketh not for him, and at an hour when he is not aware, and will cut him in asunder, and will appoint him his portion with the unbelievers.
And hey, that doesn't have to be during Jacob's trouble, because what? Khan. That doesn't have to be during Jacob's trouble. That could be, you driving home after just listening to this lesson. You could get in a horrific car wreck. Keep going up.
Verse 47, it says, and that servant which knew the Lord's will, and prepared not himself, neither did according to his will, shall be beaten with many stripes.
Straight to the point. If you knew the Lord's will and didn't do it, had even an inkling of it, what? You're going to be beat with many stripes, and your judgment's going to be much worse than those that, didn't take this thing seriously at all. Okay, so with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Akhlaq were edified by this lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim, out there pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure unto the end. Shalom.
Shalom.